Welcome back, YouTubers. Where we left off on the first video is we had a couple of issues. Now, I've been working on this the past 2 Saturdays. I had to work Sunday through Friday or whatever. But the first Saturday, we put a new compressor, we put a new accumulator, we put a new orifice tube, and that's the only parts we replaced. We left the condenser, we left the hoses, and we left the evap alone. Hooked up some gauges that we had borrowed from a family member. Did the vacuum thing, you know, the thing read down to negative 29 mercury or whatever it is. Let it hold, make sure everything held for a good 30-45 minutes. Went to put the Freon in and it would not pull Freon, and I purged the line, everything. I mean, I watched probably 6 or 8 different YouTube videos trying to figure out what I might have been doing wrong, because I'm not an AC guy. You know, we're just trying to get by with DIY here, so you know, YouTube is your friend, right? Well, I couldn't figure anything out, and I had to work the next day. Then I was gone for that, you know, that following week. I come back last Saturday, and that's when we decided, you know, I think the Sunday prior when I went back to work, she said, well, why don't we just go ahead and replace, you know, the condenser, because we thought there may have been a clog in either the condenser or the evap. We even bought a canister thing where you could, you know, shoot the fluid into the evap and flush it out. Condenser I wouldn't trust to flush out. Them holes, oh Lord, them things are tiny. So it would easily, and you know, when I took the orifice tube out, it had gray, kind of sludgy, you know, I wouldn't even say it was thick as sludge, but it was just a gray colored film on the orifice tube. There was no metal chips, no metal thing, but if you were to bought, say, like metal flake paint, it was kind of, you know, you could see a little sheen in it. So we went ahead and decided to get the new lines, get the new condenser, get the evap canister, get some more Freon, and then tackle it again that following Saturday. Well, I did all of that, and parts arrived, put it all in, installed everything. Then we ran into another issue. In order to take the condenser out, you have to take the radiator out. Everything seemed like it came off fine. I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention or because it was so far down in such a tight hole and I couldn't really, you know, see anything. Once I got my arms down in there, they were kind of blocking the view, so I wasn't paying any attention. But anyway, I took the line off of it, and it took the fitting out of the radiator on the lower oil line. So we ended up having to get a new radiator. Alright guys, so I was going to try to explain to you what happened with this this radiator. So these are the oil lines. This is the driver's side. To your right is the top, to the bottom where that nipple is. That's what goes to the bottom there. But you see this here should look like this here, just like your transmission lines. They should look like this here. Well, when I was taking that one loose, everything here, that little sheet metal nut, as well as that insert or coupling, whatever you want to call that thing, came out, and I believe that's where it was leaking oil, was right there. And I couldn't, when I put it back on, I got it to thread and everything, but the nut was so far down, this wouldn't go on. It, you know, I had to booger it to get it off the line itself, and this I couldn't get the thread on, and so this pushes in. When this doesn't hold it in place, it sinks in, and I couldn't get the nut down here tight enough before it sunk in. Couldn't get the adjustable wrench on it, so we had to go down to ORileys and get a Murray, I believe, is the brand. It's just something they had on the shelf. But yeah, we had to replace that. So even though I got the AC system fixed and resolved, I still had that to do over again, which was no fun. But you know, we run into things and we do what we got to do. So anyway, so that's what the holdup was on this part of it. Now the other holdup is we had borrowed a relative's gauges and vacuum pump to vacuum down the system and pump the Freon in. It would not pump the Freon in. which makes me wonder if it was vacuuming it down. But she had another relative come over while I was at work. They put their gauges, a different set of gauges on it. I don't think they vacuumed it down again. I think they just tried to get the Freon in it. I don't know. I don't think she's 100% sure. So it is blowing cold. Everything, it took the AC just fine. I don't know what could have been wrong with them gauges that it, even though it'd go down and read negative 29 mercury or whatever the vacuum pressure was and stuff, it wouldn't suck Freon. And I purged the line. I did everything I thought I could do. Everything YouTube said I should do. So, well, anyway, that's Mom's Chevy S10, 2003, new AC compressor, new condenser, new accumulator, new orifice, new radiator, and the evap flushed out. And she's, I think with the radiator we're pushing about 950 into this. We were just under 8. I think the radiator was 167 or something. We got them to price match AutoZone radiator or whatever, because it was 201. But we got them to price match it to 167, and so I think we're around $950 total into this project. It's not cheap these days, guys. But it is what it is. I still think having a shop do all of that would have been considerably more. So, do I call this a DIY victory? I really don't know. I guess so. You got the pleasure and the experience of doing it yourself, or I did. And if you're doing the same thing, if you're watching this video, perhaps you're having a similar issue. So, Mom's truck has been leaking. We thought it was power steering fluid, but it turns out it was oil. That line that messed up on the radiator that I found out about the hard way. When we got the new radiator and we got it plugged back up, it has now stopped the oil leak. So we are going to move the truck. We use the old pressure washer here. We're going to clean the carport. A little bit anyway. So we got the driveway clean, at least the carport clean, at least most of it. You can see the line there. We got a bunch of stuff here. Mom's got some stuff going on next week. So we only did this half. I did a little bit of the entrance way here. But this thing's been leaking oil slowly for a long time. It used to park over there. And now here. But we got it clean for the most part. If any of y'all know any tricks to get the stain out of concrete, leave a comment. I'd love to hear about it. Y'all keep coming back for more. There's bound to be something that interests you at some point in time, I would think. I know I'm probably not the most interesting guy out here on the YouTubers, but try to give you some informative stuff when I have to run across and do it. I've got some things in the works, some things coming up. Gosh, these gnats are terrible. So hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified when I post a new video. But until then, keep it real. Do what you want to do. So have fun. Later.